Safety first, kids. Alright, so I got most of like the protruding parts that stick out. You know what I'm saying? Look, it fucking melted. It fucking just melted in it. You know what I'm saying? So, as you can see, I just, well, I didn't just, but yesterday I sanded down a little bit more, wet sanded, let it dry, first wipe it off, right, and then let it dry, and then sprayed it with, what do you call it, primer, right, sprayed it with primer, and then today, wet sanded, and maybe like some rough areas, just like maybe a higher grit. I mean, not a higher grit, but a lower grit. So take off like the rougher edges. Then I wet sand it with the higher grit. And then after, just wash it down real quick with water. As you can see, the ground is all wet. That's what she said. No, but I mean, because before, you know, right here there was a fucking hole, and then damages and, you know, paint scraped over here and all that stuff, and now it looks fucking pretty good, you know. It's almost done. I mean, that's pretty good for, you know, a guy that, you know, did this for the very first time, basically. You know, patched the hole with Bondo. Alright, man. What's up, y'all? Shit, look. Let them finish priming it, and real smooth. Maybe some imperfections, some areas, but it's alright. And here's the front. A little dusty, that's why you see though. But it's pretty good, huh? There was a big like hole right here, and then a few scratches here and there, right? But it's pretty good, you know. I'm probably have to do edges. Okay. Like over here, it's okay. Like, you know, it don't matter, you know, like this area. But you know, the big concern was, you know, there was a hole right here before, but now it looks fucking good. Pretty good, my man. Probably like, you know, here and all that stuff, but it's all right. I mean, the paint, you know, it came pretty close. Like if you compare it, you know, like this is the original paint. Well, it's probably a little bit brighter because you know, I haven't washed the car for a while. Right. This is a store paint. This was a GM paint, I believe. A GM paint. It's like a 0433. I believe 0433 GM paint. So yeah, man, it looks fucking pretty good for what it is. Like I said earlier, you know, probably touch it up over here like the sides like this, but it's pretty good, man. I think so, man. Yeah, still got, you know, to take this shit off, but there you go, my man. Yes, sir. Alright, man. I'll probably wash my car. Probably take it to one of those automatic washers. Like you pay $7-8 or whatever. You take it in and they got those little spinning things. You know, I wanted to see how strong the paint can hold up. Oh, so what I did was, okay, first I rough sanded it, you know, especially the areas that needed rough sanding, and then sandpaper with like you know, low or like thick sandpaper. I would say probably like 100 maybe, or 80 grit maybe. And then after I got like, you know, most of the big stuff, like, then I use like a 120 grit, and then from there I use a 200 grit, wet sand 200 grit, and then 1,000 grit, wet sand 1,000 grit. Took me like forever, dude, sanding. 1,000 grit, wet sand it. Afterwards, you know, I dried it. Obviously, I have to wash the residue off. Washed it off, just like really lightly wash it off, and use a sponge and make sure it dries completely, you know. Then I sprayed primer, sandable primer, one of those, you know, for the car primer. After that, after the sandable primer, I let it dry. Obviously, the sun dries the best dry, right? Let it dry for about, you know, a few minutes afterwards. Then sand it again, light sand it with 1,000 grit, wet sand again. Then, you know, cleaned it off. Let it dry. Spray it with primer again. Is it recording? Hope it is. And then afterwards, I sand it again. So I sprayed it twice with primer. You know what I'm saying? The first time, and then sand it, and then spray it again. And then let it dry, clean it off, and then, you know, see if there's any spots I missed, whatever. And then I sprayed it again with primer. So 3 times primer. Oh, what the hell is that? And then afterwards, I let it dry, obviously clean it off. Okay, let it dry. And then I took the paint now. Sprayed it with paint, you know, light spray, like a light coat, very, very light coat. Let it dry, see if there's any, you know, things I missed here. And then sprayed it again. Sprayed it again. You know, and then see if anything I missed. So I sprayed it about 2.5 times, 3 times basically. So 3 times primer, 3 times paint, very light. And then, you know, there you go, man, the results. And that was pretty much it. Oh, and after the 3 coats of paint and primer and paint, and then I use clear coats in the bottle. I sprayed it once, light coat, obviously light. Let it dry, and then sprayed it again. So about 2 coats of a clear coat. I didn't want it too bright, you know what I'm saying? I don't want the bumper, both bumpers front and back, overpowering, you know, the rest of the car, because it'd be like, whoa, you got some nice bumpers, but damn, your car, you know, because I haven't washed it for a while, right? So that's why I don't want the bumper to overpower. You know, but overall, it looks fucking good, man. You know, probably gotta wash out the fucking rims, tires, but that's alright. Thinking about getting